This is my '88 Chevrolet truck, and this is the door. To make it close fully, you gotta really slam it. And that's happening because of a common issue, the sagging door hinge. If you look, yeah, it's sagging. And I need a new door handle, but that will be my reward for actually replacing the hinges. And the hinges are right here. This little, I don't know what you call it, the detent hinge is broken, and the other hinges are just sloppy. So that's the upper one, and that's the lower one there. I'm going to be replacing all three, and I also have a spring for this. I'm going to attempt to capture the issue. All the parts I will be using are from Cunningham Machine. I've read about them over the years on forums, and they have a great reputation. So I figured, why not give them a shot? I've only done this once before, and I remember the only challenging thing being how I was going to support the door while the hinges were out. This is not the way I did it last time, but this may be the way to go. It would be nice to be able to get away with one of these. My first thought was two, but maybe I can get it pretty centered, and that's all I'll need. And to get this hinge out, I am gonna have to take this off. Let's see if I can just pry it away. Maybe I just bang it off and it'll come out. Yeah, that should come right off. There we go. Switch to the little one for the last little bit. So that's one out. I kept having trouble with this coming off, so I'm gonna see if this helps me keep it lined up. I'm finally getting movement. It's moving, but slowly. It's coming. I'm gonna see if this little collar is holding it. I thought it was so little that it wouldn't matter, especially with the banging, but maybe that is at least part of the problem. It's moving pretty good now. Well, the collar is not a problem now, because it is off. I do not remember this being that hard. Oh, so it'll move. Maybe if I hit that. I've never done this before, but I hope I can just cut it out, because I am ready to be done. I think hitting it with that punch I was hitting it with mushroomed the bottom a little bit. I looked at it and it's not mushroomed all that bad. So I think I'm just being a wuss and I need to go ahead and just keep banging it. It is almost out now. That last little bit it came up allowed me to get under the head. And I'm hoping that's enough to get it out. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut it. If you're watching this and you're like, yo, this is what you should be doing, let me know, because the last time I did this, I do not remember having this much trouble knocking it out. I pressed it with the pry bar and it popped. I didn't get it on camera. But now the top side is out. Finally. Very good, how you doing? And I'm hoping that makes the bottom come out easy. What is it about that last little bit? It doesn't want to go either way. No, wait, I can lift the door and see what happens. Nothing happened. But maybe it freed it a little. It's coming. So after all that, it's finally peeking out the bottom. So I should be able to move the door away ever so slightly. Since the weight of the door is now supported by the hoist, I have a good view of the thing that was giving me so much trouble. So these last few taps are going to be very satisfying. I said last few. It's still in there really good. Damn, finally got it out. And I have no idea why it was so difficult. So now we can finally start looking at installing the new ones. I don't know the best way to deal with this, but if I can cut it, it would be quick work. So I'm hoping that lets me bang it out pretty quick. I finally get to install something. This goes, yeah. that goes in there like that. And then this screws into it. That's a nice piece, if I might say so myself. So let's just hope that getting the old bushings out don't cause any issues. So I'm gonna try to pry them out with a pry bar. So there's the old one. Taking out the top bushings should be a lot easier. Boom, boom. So there are 4 new bushings, and they are all not the same size. 2 have a larger ID, and 2 have a smaller ID. And the outer diameters are slightly different as well. And the one with the larger ID goes toward the head of the new pin, and the one with the smaller ID goes toward the bottom. So each pin gets one of each type of bushing. And rather than banging them in or using a socket and a bolt, Cunningham Machine also sells this bushing installation tool, and that's what I'm going to use to install the bushings. So one of the smaller ID ones goes down in here, and so that's how you set the tool. There's a closer look at it, and I'm just going to tighten it till it's fully seated. And it stopped, and there we go. So now I'll just back it out and repeat with the other 3 bushings. And I installed that one upside down. I don't think it matters. The normal way to install the bushings is the top ones from the top, the bottom ones from the bottom. But I like to do my own thing. No, I didn't mean to do that. It does matter because that's where the door contacts the hinge. Ah. So now all I have to do is line up the door and reinstall the pins. And I think the door is lifted a bit too high. Oh, there it is. I had to lower the door a little bit more. There we go. Now that the bottom is mostly in, I'm gonna see if I can get the top lined up. Just playing a game of a little bit up, a little bit down, a little bit up, a little bit down, until the holes line up. So now I need to go a little bit down. All right, I got one of the top ones in, and I got it lined up. Wait a minute, it looks like they're both lined up. Top is in. I'm gonna put this little E-clip on. Did I get it on? I can't tell. Hey, it looks like I got it on. And I think the bottom is lined up perfectly now. And now the little clip on this side. There we go. The hoist worked out well today. If I do it again, I will use 2 straps or find a better way to balance the door. It did want to tilt a little. So other than the wind, it worked out really well. Now all that doesn't matter if my door doesn't close properly. I could not do that before. Ooh, I don't have to shut it that hard at all. Well, let's see how lightly I can shut it. I'll take it. I will take it. So guess what's up next? This. That'll be my reward. But there's one more thing to do. So this is the old spring that I discovered while I was doing this. This is the new one. Even if this one works just fine, come on now. This one's a beauty. Spring compress tool, new spring. Insert it like that. Then compress it. Like that. I hope I got it compressed enough. Ah, no. I did not compress it enough. Thankfully, I had the tool from the last time I did this. And I think I'm gonna be able to get it in with this. All right, so that feels like it's in there. This poor grommet is collateral damage and everything I'm doing today. Ah, that looks like it's supposed to be that way now. I'm convinced that it's right, but I'll be sold when the door works properly. All right, let's see. I think that's good. I have not had that on this door since I've owned it. So now I think I'm set. I just gotta look up if there is a recommended lubricant for these. But overall, I think I'm pretty happy. Final test. Opens a lot easier. I have never been able to do that. That is nice. All right, let's see if I can do the hip check. Yeah, I don't got to slam it anymore, so I'm pretty happy. And it's not sagging, so now I just got to clean up. If you've done this and you saw something obvious that I wasn't doing right with that bottom pin, let me know, because I have done it once before and I didn't have that trouble. Or if you've had that trouble, be like, yeah, that bottom pin gave me fits too, let me know. Because I'm not having the issue on my passenger side yet, but I have all the parts for it. Whenever the time comes, I'll be ready. Oh, I said I was done, but to save my battery, dadgummit, now I got adhesive all over it. To save my battery, I did that. Maybe I can use adhesive, take off adhesive. Use adhesive to remove adhesive. Replacing those door pins was a long time coming, but I'm happy it's done. There's plenty more to do on this truck, including the door handle. If you would like to follow along, hit subscribe. If you would like to see the things I've already done to the truck, check out the playlist. Thanks for watching. Take care.